Hey YouTube, this is Firewizard23. It's time for yet another Transformers episode review. This time episode 15, A Plague of Insecticons. Let's get started. Alright, kind of an average episode, all things considered. Let's talk about it here. Let's put this up. Okay. Alright, so we start off in Bali, where they're going down the Demon Swamp. And some people are going down the Demon Swamp, as the narrator says, and they're about to run into a new terror. And And these people run into three giant robot creatures who attack them, who are insectoid in shape, and they are in fact Bombshell, Shrapnel, and Kickback, who are, that's what their three names are, but they're insectoid robot types. Like, what? I don't know what's going on. And the Autobots receive an SOS from Bali, like, oh, help us, help us. And the Autobots are dispatched. And the Decepticons want to meet and realize what's going on as well. I'm like, oh, I'd like to meet these insect machines. They hear this from Laserbeak. So it's like, oh, so they're not, because I kind of thought when I saw the original part of the story, I'm like, oh, this must be like what Megatron created in response to the Dinobots that the Autobots created. He must have created his own set of Insecticons. Like, no, okay, so that's not what's going on. And when they find the place where they've been living, Megatron takes off some of the roots and stuff, and he's like, it's a Decepticon escape module. They are indeed Decepticons, but they arrived on the planet even prior to the whole events of the start of the series. So they've been here for quite a long time, or at least until they awoke in 1984. They've been here. So they have the same program, but they were not created by specifically Megatron. Okay, and the Autobots are driving down the road, and these Indian people are praying and like doing their stuff to stop the Autobots, and they have to go a different way. This show is, the 80s were really not nice to people of ethnicities. They really weren't nice about that. And four of the Autobots, including Skyfire, attack the Insecticons, who are now ambushing a farm. And it turns out the Insecticons are actually pretty powerful. They can actually create clones of themselves that Shrapnel can control through the power of his mind. It's like, ooh, you're kind of tough. And they're actually real. They're not holograms. They're actually real. Like, oh, shit. That's kind of bad. And Megatron arrives, and they realize, during the fight, and they realize that there is a kinship here. They, like, you know, we don't know who you are, but we feel some kind of resonance with you. Yes, you are. We have the same makeup. It's like, will you come with us, you know? And he's like, will you help us destroy these Autobots fools? With pleasure. So they start attacking. And then the rest of the Autobots arrive, and they retreat to the oil refinery. And I like how they just go with Megatron. Like, they understand the kinship, but they just go with Megatron. There's not even a discussion there of are we on the same level? Are we following you? It's really weird. And the Insecticons even attack Skyfire, who's chasing them. And they nearly take him out, because they're pretty powerful. But they all arrive at the oil refinery, and the Insecticons they also use an energy wave and attack on the Autobots who are just driving on the ground, trying to get two of them to crash into the other ones. And they're able to use, like, Wheeljack's able to use, like, a sound wave to block it, to block that control. And finally, the Insecticons do arrive at the refinery, and they start feasting on a tanker, the oil dripping from the tanker into the water. And the rest of the Autobots come, and okay, this line from Megatron, he calls Soundwave. He says, send out Laserbeak, and he comes out, transform, or Ravage, Rumble, he summons something. No. It's this line from Megatron that just, you should have gone back over this in the script. Soundwave, activate the Ravage cassette. What? Did you just literally call it a cassette? when I get to the end of the season, I will talk about this more, but there's a weird thing going on here that this series was created in the 80s, so the technology level of the stuff is as of the 80s, so Soundwave has the cassettes and stuff, but it's just to blatantly call it that. I mean, it's only from the familiarity of the audience, but it's the fact that the characters, these evil bad guys, blatantly call it that. Activate the Savage cassette, the Ravage cassette. What? Like, you're gonna conquer the universe and you use cassette tapes. It's so fucking stupid. Like, okay, even Star Trek that was made in the 60s. I'm getting off track. But even the Star Trek in the 60s, like, he always tried to act like it was more than it was. Like, even though they'll just flipping switches and stuff and have prefix codes. There's a whole battle with Autobots and Decepticons, and they decide to ignite the oil in the water because some of the Autobots fall in and say, "We're going to attack you." No! Ironhide stops that fire from making the tanker explode and causing a lot of damage. And Bombshell reveals a very big thunderstorm comes in, and Bombshell has an idea because the Insecticons are like, "Oh, a thunderstorm! The battle is won." Megatron's like, "What are you talking about?" Bombshell fires something into the air, and they have now weaponized the lightning. The Insecticons can now use it, and they have an incredible power source, which Megatron's like, "Ooh, I like this." They're blowing them away, and this is another stupid animation piece. Bumblebee gets an idea of spikes inside the car. They're driving towards shrapnel. He fires the lightning, and nothing happens. What do I do now? Optimus, it's okay. Rubber tires protect you against the lightning. Which would make sense if he didn't fire the lightning directly at your windshield. I wish I had a panel of this I could just show you. But like, the lightning blatantly is hitting like the front of the car, not like the ground to go into the vehicle. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. It's so stupid. Because then use those side sort of tactics, like keeping the Autobots on top of card vehicle versions of the Autobots, so the lightning doesn't work. It's really dumb. They try the hologram thing again. The Insecticons do, but Wheeljack uses his power again to block it. Megatron tries to set the tanker on fire and then pushes it into the ore refiner, hoping it'll all blow up and it'll just kill the Autobots. But Optimus is like, "No!" And he picks up the entire tanker and just throws it at Megatron. Ah! And the Insecticons are like, "Maybe we picked the wrong side. Let's take our spoils and get out of here. We'll take care of ourselves." And they eat up all the cubes and stuff that Megatron was putting together so they have energy. And Megatron's like, "Those traitors! Stop them, Decepticons!" And the Insecticons fly away and the Decepticons fly after them. The Autobots like, "Ugh, I hope Megatron's successful." "Yeah, but with their programming, they'll probably team up sooner or later. We have to be ready." Yeah! What ranking do I give this? 9. I'm gonna give it a solid 9. That's how I'm feeling right now. There's enough entertainment here that I'm not hating what I'm watching. Like, okay. So next time we're going to talk about the very final episode of the series, season 1 at least, which is Heavy Metal War. This is Firewizard23. Take care and bye-bye for now, everybody.